Hello and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and of course the boys, as we carry on our tabletop RPG series of Warhammer Fantasy 2nd edition. Now, in the last episode, we had a little bit of a Halloween-y kind of episode where our group of adventurers and warband members took on some vampires. Some real, not Casper, vampires.
Wow, so now you're saying he's not a real vampire.
I've been saying it all along. These creatures of darkness performed acts which were abominable, using humans as essentially wine drips in their basement, slashing their ankles to have precious blood drip forth onto a run that led down into a vat. This was the first time our group had seen something like this. Maybe it would give them a bit of better idea that, Casper hasn't done it. Let's make sure Casper doesn't do this. Maybe not.
You're supposed to tell them that now. They didn't come up with it at the time.
Go to Casper's room. There's just loads of tiny rats, just all with little cuts down, just dripping into. Will this be good?
Yes, rats. We'll call them rats.
For now. But after cleaning up and setting alight this abominable inn of blood and sacrifice, they left and they headed off on their adventures down the river. They acquired a new animal friend, or at least one of the party did. There is now a horse with green eyes on the deck of the ship.
Green eyes, you see.
Well, I did say that last time.
Yeah, horses can have green eyes.
But yes, these big
I
saucer
was trying to make a Skaven joke, but
oh no,
It's
the
not a
dwarfs!
joke if it's actually Skaven.
The dwarfs turned Skaven. We may have to put him down.
No, it's two Skaven in a horse costume.
Yes, exactly. Now we have to figure out which one's the butt.
So they had spent a few days on the river. After leaving the last town quite quickly, Humperdinck didn't have an appetite for trading after seeing what he had seen. But we start up our adventure again on the 33rd. Just one day away from the end of the month. Hang on a minute, I've got a feeling somewhere down in my loins that I was meant to remember this date. Was it a special date? Is it like it's not the equinox. Hang on, where's my Warhammer calendar? Come to me.
I think it is one of the funny days, isn't it?
I believe it is. And I just want to make sure that there's no significant
days.
Yeah,
That's not inspired confidence.
There it is. They have a lot of odd days in fantasy. Days which have sometimes spiritual meaning, sometimes sacrificial meaning. Actually, I don't think it is. No, it's not actually. It is the next day. What's the next day? It's not the new year.
No, we've already had that.
No, the 1st of Sigmart's Day is a special day, but it doesn't tell. Oh, you useless fucking chart! It doesn't tell you what one part means. No, one spade.
Might need to open up the. I think it's the Tome of Salvation has it. I
No,
think
I
there's
found
actually
it.
a random chart.
I found it. It's fine. Okay. And it Mal's. Is that the evil moon? Tell me that's the evil moon.
No, the evil moon is Morslebe.
No,
It's the evil moon, isn't it?
Looks like quickly. That's the thing from
Okay.
Highlander.
Okay, cool, brilliant. So, it is the 33rd. You've woken up to another day on the river. Is there anything you guys want to do on this day? I think 3 days had passed since the vampire shit went down. If not, then we'll continue skipping days as you move along.
I wish to stay in my room.
You hide in your coffin.
But do you wish to ingest drugs?
I want to study.
No, I wish to inject drugs.
Now that I've done 2 runes, I want to study that broken rune for a bit till it becomes relevant.
Okay. You can do that. We will do it. So yeah, okay. Was there anything else anyone else wanted to do? Or we will start moving days again.
I don't believe 3 days have passed since the last time I rolled.
Nope, don't believe they have. Not just yet.
Right.
I'll be petting the horse with a suspicious green eyes.
The horse asks you for warp
You need to protect the horse
species.
from Alby. Or from Viscount.
So we move forwards by a whopping 6 days then. So for Mr. Ragnar, can you give me an intelligence test regarding your rune knowledge with a -20? You can give me 2 tests for those 6 days.
Academic knowledge runes be okay?
Yes, that's the one. Yep, that would be the exact one.
That's number 1. And number 2. My dice are not looking too great today.
So you can mark down. You've got 3 successes on your research into the broken room. Did you what kind of weaponry did you want to make for your lord? Because you could also be making
swords.
You want to go
change
swords?
to swords
So then
for a bit.
it's you get to make 2 swords. I believe
Yep.
it was a -20.
So I was going for the best quality ones.
Yes.
Yes. So attempt number 1. Oh, okay. That's fine. I made one
Okay.
really
So
good one.
you did indeed make one really, really nice sword, and as you're kind of you put it up, you're like, wow, is this like my magnus opus for a sword? It could well be. You put it on the weapons rack to and as you're working on a second sword over the next 3 days, you just keep looking up at it, and your heart's not in it. You're like, but I've done the best sword now. Like, why really bother with? And you just absent-mindedly just completely spent 3 days fucking it up.
I've done that with painting my minis, so yeah, I know how I feel.
So, Livia, as you spent a bit more time with the horse, and it seems more aware than most animals. Like as you're, on the ship's deck, and maybe you're just giving it a brush over in the morning to get or taking its weather coat off, and then just brushing the dew off. Giving it a brush down. It just seems more like aware than usual. It's like when you have a dog that knows it's getting a brush and it goes over to the brushing area. It's sat next to its lead, looking up at its lead, going, yeah, it's time for, rather than just waiting on. Seems very intelligent. So, as we skipped over some days, we are now technically on the 6th of Sigmart's its day. But going back just 5 days. 4 days.
Oh, Sigmart side.
Sigmart site, that's the one.
The only fucking use I have for my German classes.
Sick
I know how to
last
pronounce
time.
Warhammer Fantasy names.
As you all went sleep on the 1st. It was a mundane day. There was nothing too creepy or too odd about it, but in the dead of night, Casper, whilst you're in your coffin, breathing heavily, perhaps sweating, thinking over what had just happened, what had happened, the panic, the fear, the misery of it all. Roll me willpower.
Any negative?
Nope. You
Okay.
have a strange urge. An urge that you're not quite sure. But you give in and
Consume
have-
the flesh.
gonna have to oil that hinge, but you come out of your coffin and looking around in the darkness of your cabin, you can probably just make out the noises of your companions sleeping in their rooms around you. And you open your door. And for whatever reason, following this instinctive pull, you find yourself on the deck of your ship, of Humperdinck's ship. It's the dead of night. Most of the crew are half asleep, basically. The captain is long at rest as well. There's a deckhand who's steering the ship, but absent-mindedly, it's an easy part of the river. But you're pulled to the sky. As you look up, there is the brightest, most brilliantly green new moon you have ever seen. You've seen it before, you know of it. It's not a phenomena. The evil moon of Maudslip is common enough, but for some odd reason, you feel drawn to it tonight.
Okay. Is there anything of this sensation that's specific pull I've felt before, or is it of really unknown?
It's definitely a pull that you felt before. It's definitely something that you've felt, but has been a gradual, slow pull. And it would be the pull to blood you found yourself being drawn to since you've taken on the curse. And as you come to this realization, you hear a voice in your mind. My power grows, and I can give you that power, struggler. If only you would bend to my will.
I will look around because out of sheer instinct to make sure, it's not someone fucking with me or anything.
Yeah, no, you totally see Carla standing there with a
Carla's
fucking
just
tube.
sitting behind a barrel. Hey, Casper, you're a struggling fuck.
Do you want some bones?
No,
I kind of want to see this interpretation now.
I'll try after the session. Yeah, again, I'll look around and stare around with confusion, but I'll not make a sound for now because I'm still under the I'm still under the effects of my depression. I'll not lie. Um, unless the sensation is pulling me away from it. Uh, Currently, the main thing on Casper's mind is I need to get away from everyone.
I know your pain, struggler. I have felt the same. Bend to my will, let me take your burden. I will grant you such strength that your pain will melt away into nothing.
I whisper under my breath because I'm figuring this thing can hear me no matter what, or even hear my mind, but are you the same thing that appeared in my dream?
I am the thing that you let in to your soul that day that you freed me from him. Struggler. Why do you struggle? Just give in. Let me take your burden. Let me take the suffering, and I will let you have the power.
The power to do what?
Whatever your heart's desire, I will not stop you or force you to choose what your power should be used for. Just let me be the one to experience it.
That, the prince. Did he ever accept?
The prince. You say, prince. The prince who dances in the night, the immortal one, the one who trapped me in this plane. He turned me into the curse. If you could seek vengeance for me, well then, struggler, would you not become the prince?
Why are you only speaking now?
The moon gives me power. It makes the realms thinner. Thus I can speak to you now, but it will fade soon.
You want vengeance on this prince.
The immortal prince who's bathed in light, yes. I want him dead. If this is a goal that you see as a boon to me, then I will treat it as such. Be a favor that you have done for me, and I will give you the world for it.
I'm going to need more to go on than just a prince bathed in light. What trapped you exactly?
A man, but not a man, an immortal being. One who has walked these steps 1,000 times before. 1,000,000 times before that. He has travelled the world, the prince who's bathed in light. Yes, he wishes to undo us, but we will not sit idly by. The elf would not give in. He trapped us there. We suffered for it, but you have left. You give in, and we grant you power for it.
Oh shit. What power are you promising exactly? For each, for every promise, there's always a consequence, is there not?
You would be marked as mine. That mark will be burned onto your flesh. But that will give me power. And once I have
Same way the
more
marquee
power,
was marked.
he was different. He was not twisted by the Neverborn. Something else marked him. But yes, we had our fun with him, but it was not I. I am not a monster.
Tell me whose mark was on his head. If you're part of this curse, surely you can see or feel part of what I know.
I know the one who marked his face. I know the ones who marked that contraption he rode on.
I wouldn't call her a contraption, but no, I'm too depressed to make that joke. God damn it. Oh fuck.
It seems you need to be shown. On this night and this night alone, my power will be enough. I will grant you a boon. And I will take your suffering onto myself. Casper,
Yeah?
you find yourself lessening your depression until after a few moments of staring up at that ominous green moon, you don't feel depressed at all. I can do so much more for you, but you must give in to my desires.
Inky.
And let me experience every moment of it.
Well,
Yeah.
I you before I fully commit, you said that you are part of this curse, correct?
I am it.
And that knight spoke that if should he be killed or should I be killed now in this case, the person dies or are you freed?
If you were to perish, then I would be trapped. I cannot move on until this curse is broken. But I cannot break the curse. Only the vessel can. You can break the curse and set me free.
And what of the blue rose?
Do not seek it. It is a fool's errand. It is a myth of elves.
Very well. I'll I accept. I'll find this prince.
And I will give you my power. Casper, as soon as you agree to the contract, you feel a burning pain in your flesh. Do you want to roll the location, or shall I?
As well, D10 or D100? D100?
D100. It's a hit location.
Okay. What should be
Remember,
my
if it's the
face?
torso, it's gonna be the dick.
I think that's if it's 69.
Almost.
Fucking 77! Oh, fucking course! Oh, fucking course!
Papa Nugs must have.
Oh,
What's the 77?
fucking hell!
Seven is
Sevens.
the holy number of Nurgle.
It's not even that. Seven's been popping up ever since the fucking start of the
Yes.
campaign.
Yeah.
Ever
It's fucking
since.
foreshadowing. You can't make this shit up.
Oh, that's body, by the way.
That's a dick. That's
So-
a big oof.
Sadly, he's not Slaneshi, so it wouldn't be there. But somewhere on your torso, I'll leave it to you to determine. Because it's the first brand, it would be somewhere hidden. You know, it's not blatant. The last one's going to be pretty blatant, probably the forehead. Yeah, you have been branded in a demon contract.
Okay. Am I slowly becoming the new Archeon? Oh, great. Alright, so,
You now know, as soon as the contract was completed, instinctively through your mind, the marks on the metal wheels, the caterpillar tracks, was the mark of Khorne. The mark on the forehead of the creature of the Marquis was Slanesh.
yeah. What was this mark?
This is undivided, actually. Although it's you would know probably through a bit of studying over the next 6 days that it's undivided. The ways that they would be marked, like a H is, well, a demon H is still a H in all the things, but with with Khorne there'd be blood constantly looking like it's oozing. With Nurgle it'd look a little bit rotted. With maybe Tzeentch it's a little bit smaller and more hidden, and Khorne it's just carved
Who the
in.
fuck knows what it is?
True.
It's constantly changing.
It's fucking moving around your skin.
It's something censored. It's basically pixels. Your mind can make sense of it.
Fucking anime pixels. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's Slanesh, not Tzeentch. Although it could be Tzeentch.
I don't think Slanesh would censor itself.
Yeah, I don't think Slanesh would censor itself.
Slanesh would not.
This is true.
Slanesh
I'm
would
pretty
Be a
sure.
little black bar.
You just wake up with a dick on your forehead.
No,
No,
Tzeentch's one is the censor bar. The censor bar is always
it-
hovering over Slanesh's. That's Tzeentch's mark. It's just covering Slanesh's with the censor bar.
Yep.
You know how in The Sims there is they go take a shower. There's the big ass
Yeah.
pixelated thingy that keeps moving. It's that.
So, from
Full
now
body
on,
pixels.
you essentially count as having whenever it comes to anything demonic, anything to do with the warp, you'll be getting a +10, a +20, depending on what it's related to from your assistant.
What, sorry?
Assistant.
Oh. Shit.
Congratulations! You have totally now Bone Daddy Nagash with you.
That's
So-
definitely not mine.
I have to fucking say, I kept listening to this and I'm like, is this Nagash? Is he telling you to kill Karl Franz? Because the immortal prince that walks in the motherfucker, he's gonna murk Karl Franz. He's gonna try.
Ah, Jazina. It's
I
sad.
know.
It saddens.
Don't worry about
It saddens me that you're not like, oh no. Never mind. Something for
Oh,
another
okay.
time.
I mean, I doubt we'll encounter France and Mordheim, so we probably would
This
be
is
fine.
fine. Look,
You never
I
know.
know perfectly who this is. At least I think I know.
Excellent. It's all coming round together.
It's just it took a while because Helma never really interacted with him.
This is also
So-
true. So, after hearing the voice, it goes quiet again. Once you accept the contract and you've been branded, it does seem to desist. But there are things that you've been working on that now you know. It seems as if it was holding, much like you said, it's been seeing through your eyes, and things that you've been working on, it had the knowledge to some of them, and it's just like, here you go, you now know this. Just as a sign of its power.
Okay. So is that the only effect at the moment, or?
At the moment, yes, you've been branded, and you're not under. You haven't got depression anymore. Technically, you are still depressed. It's the warp entity that is, basically, it's now depressed. If that makes sense.
Oh my
Depressed
God.
human.
Excellent.
Fair
Excellent.
enough.
Okay.
Just
I don't know how that's going to react to anything else that happens, but okay.
Somewhere in the warp, a demon prince now has the big sad.
Yeah. Oh,
Fuck, what am I doing with my life? How did I do
It's
this?
gonna see now. It's gonna have to attend demon therapy, and you know how expensive that shit is.
So, you may stand there just gazing up at the moon for a while, just thinking. Again, it seems to have used up a lot of power, getting rid of your depression, marking you, and giving you knowledge for the minute. You do feel an urge to stand. It's not a strong urge, but there is an urge just to stand in the moonlight. You also feel hungry.
Okay.
And you would be definitely now getting a more, whilst your blood wine will still suffice for your hunger, you get a feeling now at the back of your mind of, but I want fresh. I want to take their lives. I want their soul. That urge to just fight into someone has increased.
Okay.
Also, just as a reminder, because people may have forgot, you do have a locked box.
Yep.
that is currently within another locked box.
Exception.
It's been locked for like a month now. Well, no,
I know.
no, it hasn't.
No one-
It's been like
No
2
one's
weeks.
mentioned that they want to try and unlock it, and Ragnar's had other things on his mind.
I mean,
I
I've
don't
tried
have.
it once before. I failed, and then I suggested X, and people said no.
I don't
And
have
then I
TikTok
think
yet,
go to
so-
the Long Auckland.
I'll take a look at that tomorrow. For now, I'll sit in the moonlight for a while, contemplating things before going back to bed before I disturb anyone.
Cool.
The mark, by the way, is just below the. It's like my right, below the right, breast,
Tit?
in the on the
Back?
rib cage, or where the rib cage is.
On men is the pectoral muscle.
Pectoral, that's it.
Your pecs. The ladies, it's your boobies. So, we move forwards to where we time skip to. And then we time skip again, because there's not much happening as... why is that now on 0.6? Weird. There's
Yes.
not much happening along this part of the river. It seems that with all the small little... these are like hamlets that you're passing. They're tiny little town... hamlets. Few houses, nothing much, no real walls, which is kind of worrying. But then you come close to where you can see Vertbad, and it's not far from these, from the furthest away, it might be a day, 2 days hard horse ride, 4 days on foot to get to the safety of that's not secondary major city in the province. I believe it's the secondary. Oh bugger, I just had a brain fart. I think it's the secondary, second biggest city in Stirling, I think.
I am not sure.
But as you come along the river towards Vertbad, you can see that it's a walled town, and there is a dock, much larger than any of the ones you've seen, but tiny in comparison to what Nulan had. But as you all perhaps are told that we're going to be docking at a decent sized town. If you need any sundries, any supplies, this might be the last stop before Siegfriedhof. You would see that Humperdinck, of course, is on deck, and he's actually got his spyglass out, checking out the wagons that are loading and unloading. And you definitely see him like licking his lips a little bit, just a dry mouth.
Back in the mood, my lord?
Ah, well, not so much profit, but Vertbad has some glorious wines, and I feel an instinctive need to drink at the moment. Don't
That's
know
a
why.
yes.
Well, maybe.
I must admit, it was odd seeing you down like that.
Yes, well, I am still human, and unlike most nobles, I've spent a lot of time with the common man, seeing horrors such as what was in that cellar and that poor merchant. May the gods take him to wherever he may want to tread. Yes, it reminded me of back when I wasn't doing so well myself, and had a few near-death experiences in my time. Rather have less of them as time goes on. Yes, I'm quite looking forward to getting some fine wines on board and seeing if maybe we can get a deal.
Well, I have been working tirelessly, my lord, and got several goods we could try to sell here. Should reach a good price.
Oh well, yes, that's even better news. Really paying dividends for the investment I put in, but it seems as if it was well worth it.
Indeed.
I do believe we've got here on market day, so things should be a little bit busier, hopefully. If you do need to buy anything, I suggest you get your goods now. The next part of the journey will be well, it will be an interesting one. Fewer settlements, more dangers. Although you kind of slay a load of vampires, so what could be more dangerous than vampires, I suppose?
I open the door
Yeah.
slightly.
I
What's the
do.
weather like?
Don't Humperdinck,
Miserable.
whatever you say.
Weathery.
Miserable and grey, Casper. I think you should be okay today.
Excellent. I open the door and walk out.
Humperdinck, whatever you do, don't ever tempt the gods like that ever again.
Oh, nonsense.
That's
I've
what
been doing it all my
tempts
life.
things all the time.
Like when people say it's too quiet and then they expect to get ambushed. It's nonsense. It just happens.
Except last time, we did get ambushed.
And
What?
it was too quiet.
But I saw
Was too quiet.
scantily clad ladies running about and serving drinks, and that's no. They knew where to hit me.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, don't tempt the spirits.
So a bit of time passes. The ship is brought into dock. Humperdinck almost like as soon as the gangplank has been lowered, he steps on it and it just has a clattering bang as it hits the ground, and he makes his way soireeing as he does. If you guys want to acquire any goods, Humperdinck is probably only going to spend the day here. Bigger and better things on the horizon and all. So Vertbad is a decent-sized city. You should be able to get most of the stuff that you want. Obviously, anything that's rare or very rare, you're going to have to roll for. But any other sundries or materials that you need to get, you should be able.
I think he really just wants to stretch her legs, so she will have a walk around. Work then.
Cool. Are you going into the city?
If we're docking the dock of the city, yes.
Well, no. So you can stay. So Vertbad's dock is on the outside of the walls. So you can get off on the dock and walk into the city, and have a nose around. That's perfectly fine. Or you can just walk along the riverside. That's all I was trying to clarify.
No, I was actually going to the city.
Cool.
Although this is cheeky, there is a reason to that.
You know the negatives from.
I remember.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're back.
I know. I don't mind
So,
it.
not bad.
There's a.
For those of you who are going in, sorry, go ahead, Waldo.
I was just saying, we had another time skip, didn't we? Do I need to do some more rolls, or?
Another time skip?
Yes, we did. We did.
Good.
But I didn't count the days off because I'm stupid.
We were doing 3 days at a time, which would have been one more. So, do you want me to just do one, or?
I'm back at full health. Yeet.
Yes. Yeah. No, it would have been. I think it would have been about 3 days. So yeah, you can do one more if you want.
No.
Sure. Black Hand. What did you want to do?
Can I do it? This fire of the Longland?
Yep. No, you can. You could have done that. So we'll go backwards a bit in time. You're on the deck of the ship. You've loaded up the Hockland with the charge that is needed.
I wouldn't have put a bullet in it, in case you're wondering.
You haven't put a, so you're just blank firing. It's basically a blank.
Firing?
It's basically a blank, isn't it? Because you just fire. It's just going to go bang with
It's
smoke.
not
There's no.
Oh,
coming
yeah, with
out.
blank, yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna put some wadding at the end.
I mean, how do you do it? How do you test a gun?
We fire it.
By shooting it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dry firing like that will test the mechanism. Not dry firing, the blank firing like that will test the mechanism. You will need the actual projectile to travel down the barrel to test the actual barrel itself.
I will probably put a bullet in it then.
Okay, so knock off one shot and powder. You load up the Hockland. The ship's moving, but you take aim at something along the river. So you're going straight anyway, and there's a tree coming up on a bend. So you aim for that.
Put some kind of wooden plank on some kind of fixing. See if I make a hole through it. Like, you got the side of the ship?
No, we're going back because to dry fire your gun, you could have done that any time during the time we've skipped. We've skipped 9 days.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about how I would test it with the bullet. Or are we both confused?
No, you can. I mean, I was just saying you're taking aim at a tree. But if you want to do something more elaborate, then you can.
Well, I was thinking of shooting through a plank. Like, put some circles around it, target, so you can test accuracy a bit better.
Well, you can't do that, dude. You're on a ship. You're on a moving vessel, and if you want to practice, accuracy and put a target out, you have to stop the ship, get onto shore, run across. You can't do that. You're on a moving vessel. The ship isn't long enough to test accuracy with a sniper rifle. So
may I actually try to help him? Because there is one way I can do that, but I will need a plate.
Gonna do some clay pigeon shooting.
Pretty much, yeah.
If that's the case, just pick a deer at the side of the river and just shoot it.
Yeah, that's why I said a tree. Because you can't really do clay pigeon shooting with a sniper rifle. That's not really accuracy. No. You've got a bloody big scope on there. Your options on the boat are to shoot at something on the river shore if you want to aim for accuracy.
I would shoot at some branch then.
Yeah,
if
sure,
it's a particularly dark day, I'd offer myself, but I don't want to scare the crew.
Well, I need to do something with you at some point as well.
That sounds really gay, but I'm up for it.
That's the Gasper I know and love.
You take aim at a tree branch going down the river. Obviously, the boat is moving. It is rocking, so it's not a stable. And it's the first time you're firing it, firing a scoped weapon. This is really odd, and you're finding it difficult to. The barrel's very long. You're trying to right. Okay, let's go over to the front of the ship. We'll lean on the gang rail, I think it's called, the rail that goes around the wooden rail that goes around the side of the ship. You kind of lean it on there, and you find it easier to aim, keeping the butt tight to your shoulder. Okay, want to fire it?
Sure.
Roll me ballistics.
Flat.
You can aim if you want. Okay, no natural hundreds. There's no misfire. It does indeed. As you pull the trigger, I believe we said it was a wheel, one for the Hopland. The wheel spins and grinds off a load of sparks off the flint, and it shoots into. Boom! The branch just comes off and falls onto the ground.
Black Hand looks impressed. He didn't think it would work.
You touched it yourself?
I mean, yes. Out of character.
So I will give you the knowledge that you cannot fire this thing standing up without a brace.
From the experience, I would probably learn that I need to make some kind of brace, so I guess I'll spend the remaining days making some kind of stick to hold the barrel.
Yep. Cool. Hopefully I'm not too roboty. I am in red. Now I'm green.
You're actually fine.
You're fine.
Game through fine.
Oh, then this little chart, this thing means nothing then.
Yeah.
I mean,
As long as the text is moving, that's fine.
You reckon that you could probably fire it from the prone position using your knee to keep the barrel, resting your arm, so you've got more of you can open up your widen your stance for holding it and keeping things in line. But an aiming stick would also be. You're pretty sure you've seen an aiming stick before.
I mean, I probably remember Ampersink using it on the Chaos Contest.
Exactly. So he may be able to assist you.
Do I need to make a roll for it?
Yes, it would be something you'd need to make. It is up to you, the quality of your aiming stick. The quality does change the bonus that you give it. I'll tell you now, for a best quality one, it's 75 gold. But that is a jewel encrusted pimp stick that you push the jewel forwards, and a V raises up from it, and it's got a spike. You can spike it into the ground.
The best qualitatively.
Best quality.
Can I go for that?
Yeah, that would be.
How much would that cost?
No, that's 75. Or best quality is 75.
I meant it not with gold and jewelry and all that. Just the best mechanically for the gun. Actually 8.
Okay, So
How much would that set me back?
it would still be 75 gold. It's just you wouldn't make it with the garishness on it. Best quality always comes with garishness. It always comes with jewels, gold, furs, to show that it's of best quality. It's up to you how much you apply of it, because you're making the thing. You can't buy these. They're specialist items that come with. Normally they'd come with it, but his was obviously lost. So it's up to you. If you just want a good quality one, which is I think it's 30, no, it's 10 times, so it'd be, and it's 3 times, so I hate doing maths on the fly, like 32 gold.
What would the difference be? Except for the garishness.
It'd be a +5 your aim. You get a +10 for the aiming stick of best quality.
Probably go for. Can I make some swords to sell or daggers instead?
So there's already someone working the forge at the moment.
Oh yeah, there's only one forge. Right?
Yeah. You would also, if you're doing it for your own profit, you need to buy the materials. Because Humperdinck's bought ingots, which are in the rule book for Old World Armory underneath trade goods. Ingots are in there. So Humperdinck's bought a load of them. You would need to buy some ingots to then turn into weapons to then sell.
I can forgo to 75, but then I have one gold left. Solid. I'm forking out to 75 to make the best quality.
Okay. So again, you can make this however you want. You can, like, the design and everything is entirely up to you. So give me a gunsmithing test with a +10 overall. And essentially, because Humperdinck is in there as well, tinkering with, well, he's got to repair his gun, actually. So he is in there as well, and he can give you, like, the pointers on how the mechanism actually rises and falls. There you go. You have successfully crafted yourself over, again, 3 days. So what you now have is a hand weapon. It does count as a hand weapon. It counts as basically an improvised stabbing stick. It is metal. It has been, finished however you like. But it would have a cap on the end, obviously, because it's best quality. When you put the thing forwards, the cap flips off. Just so you can walk around
look at the stats for improvised weapon.
No. It counts as a hand weapon. It does count as a hand weapon, so it's 1d10 plus strength bonus damage. But it doesn't have any special stats relating to it. Like, it doesn't have, like balanced or fast or anything like that. And because of how you've made it, think of like a cane blade. It's basically one of them, except from the bottom cap comes off and there's a pointy, sharp bit there, so you can stab it into wood or stab it into the ground and then put your gun on the V that rises up from the top of the pimp stick. And also, so essentially, if you had made a standard one, you can fire standing up. that's the benefit of like just a common one, is you can fire standing up. So with this, it's basically free action, hit the cane, half action, prepare it. It does take a half action to prepare, but then after that you can fire, aim, standing up. I mean, sorry,
Right.
you can.
Plus plan 10 ballistics.
Yes. You can fire standing up with the Hockland, but you can't aim standing up, so you can't shoot at long targets. Unless Nuffle gifts you with a good roll.
All right.
So we so that would have taken you that many days. So 3 days from there. You technically have another 6. Well, no, we'll say that you did the test, so you've got like 5 days if there's anything that you want to do.
So are we already in the world right now, or?
No, at the moment we're back in time. We're just letting,
Okay.
just seeing if Black Hand wanted to do anything else.
Probably just give everything a very nice polish.
Sure,
Make
righto.
it shiny. Maybe some dwarven decoration.
You have a massive ornate penis and all that stuff.
Yeah, cool. You know, the shaft of your cane is like squared off, and you've had like put rune, not actual runes, but you've put like decorative runes going down the
Runic
middle,
script.
and then yes, things like that. Sure, it looks very dwarvish. And let's say that rather than having a jewel at the top, you've done like a horned helm.
Ooh,
I
actually,
can live with that.
Okay.
you can stylize the. So it's like a Y brace, isn't it? Or it's like a Y.
Yeah, it basically
stop
makes a
directly?
V comes up for you to rest your weapon on.
Just form that into like the horns of the helmet. Like the helmet is the middle part, and then the horns coming off it is the actual legs coming the brace the weapon.
You certainly could. Certainly could. But
Do it.
there's another time warp as we jump forwards, speeding up time as we get to Vertbad. So, as whoever goes in, the elves, you take your minuses. And this smell would really hit you because you have to go through one main gate that comes through from the docks. And you'd see that there's basically an open sewage pit that just leads into the water. Vertbad has been, in a way, lovingly crafted with stone walkways, but unfortunately, the filth of this quite large town has meant that the gullies have basically filled up with all kinds of excrement, dirt, and waste. And some time after they had stone cobbled all the roads and walkways and put like almost pavements in, they've now added like a stepping stone kind of a system. As yes, some days, although actually I should roll a 1d10 because we are in spring, so that should make it no. It seems as if maybe there was a blockage somewhere, and someone somewhere has been paid to start chucking buckets of water down to try and turn it back into a sludge so it will slide its way out of the town. For the elves, this is gross. This is fucking disgusting. You thought Nullen was bad. This place doesn't have a sewer system. It's all open. So it's fucking horrendous. But no scavens in the sewers.
I mean, that's a positive.
As
That
far
we
as
know
we
of, you
know.
mean?
Jeez.
Probably still some down there.
For some, for some unknown reason, Ireda feels like she has to keep on her toes while walking down these streets. Like she should probably watch where she steps all the fucking time, because for some reason, deep in the back of her mind is like, someone is gonna throw some shit out of a window at any minute. And I don't want that. Yeah, she's just enjoying the town, taking a stroll.
I'll go for a stroll to stretch my legs. It's been, 14 days since I've even left my room.
Oh, Ragnar's dragging you to help him sell stuff.
Oh, what? When?
Can I come along selling stuff?
He'll see you about to walk off, grab you by the corner, like, I need your gift of the tongue.
I
Kiki.
I need your tongue.
Ragnar, I'm
Kinky.
flattered, but I don't
I'll
swing that
take it.
way.
Ever since. You're better at
quite-
convincing people to buy things than I am, and Humptink wants a return on his investment of the forge. I've made a few bits and bobs. Some of them my finest bits of work. But
Well.
we need to sell them.
Okay.
I'd go and see if I can find some basic healing herbs to make poultices and stuff like that on the market.
Sure. Okay.
If you come, I'll turn around to Livy and just say, "Oh shit! I just fucking opened Outlook." Yes, that's what I said to Olivia. Oh shit! I just opened Outlook. No, if you come with us, come with us for a bit, and I can help you out too if comes to it. It's been a while since I've actually talked to strangers, so maybe a little bit out of practice, but I feel positive today.
As long as you don't run off and hide again.
Can I do a perception check?
Sure.
I want to see if Casper's eyes are dilated again.
Sure. You can do that.
You'll see past my hood.
That should be a -20. Still pass.
So, as you know, you talking to Casper, and you do this over a bit of time, not just to stare at him or to like kneel down to look up at his hood, and he doesn't seem to have any bags under his eyes. He is covered, wrapped up, and with hoods on, and it's kind of difficult to see his like if he has got bags under his eyes, or his eyes look bright and alert, and he seems to be in good spirits.
Hmm.
Do I notice her noticing my eyes, or do I notice her looking in my eyes? I notice Olivia, who's right in front of me, looking at me dead in the eyes.
Give me a perception test to see if you've noticed. I will put a -10 onto it.
Lovely, lovely. 51% chance. Nope.
So no, as like Ragnar's pulling you away and trying to talk to you about the things that he sold, and that these, you know, some of them are his could be a masterpiece that he's made, and you're kind of chatting and talking and getting into like, okay, no, I haven't seen people in a while, and you're every now and then looking round at things, and Aurelia seems to hide it quite well. You do feel as if Livia's like turned around a couple of times, like, and she like looks away, and it's like, huh, elves.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
You
Proud ones
you
at that.
don't know if she's like going for your eyes, or if she's just like noticed something on your shoulder, or
Okay. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't even know my eyes anyway, but okay.
so. Everyone who's gone into the town, 1d100, please.
No.
Do I get any advantages because of my?
I GM roll that. Sorry.
2.
Brilliant. So not for the 1d100, you don't, fortunately.
Can I roll awareness to get a bonus?
No, not for the 1d100. Was it a flat 1d100 is a chance roll? You won't know what happens.
I mean, technically, you have as much chance to dodge it as.
No. You're misinterpreting what the chance dice mean. It just means you've hit the number to where the chance is going to be on you. Doesn't mean you don't get a reaction roll or a chance to notice it or things like that. It's just hitting a certain threshold of numbers means it's fallen on someone. So as you're like walking along, some of you are talking, others are just like looking around. Some of you are looking at your companions. Again, the smell here is bad, but it seems as if the waste matter is not fully flowing. So it's mainly in the main street, in between the houses, where it's really thick and not moving. On the pavements, essentially, the stepping stones area seems to be quite clean. You can see some merchants chucking out water and scrubbing the pavements around where they are. And you're kind of looking around, and so can everyone now give me a perception test? I should probably give someone a minus for metagaming.
All right.
Give me the minus. I deserve this.
No, flat, please. We'll go with flat.
God fucking damn it.
Do I not get a bonus for rolling a 2?
No. It's just that was just a chance dice.
Oh, I
So-
deserve this.
As you're all walking around, checking things out, and
You know what? I'm gonna lucky charm it.
windows are opening. People are like, you can hear housewives who are basically screaming across.
No.
One worse. Screaming across from each other, like yelling at each other the morning news.
Does it break?
No, on a 10.
Yeah.
You're kind of looking around, and so as you're walking along, Ragnar, Livia, and Blackhand, you notice down the street that some housewives have opened their windows, and have just chucked something out onto the street. You notice a couple of them are doing this, and some of them are aiming for the center of the the road, basically. Others don't seem to care. They just tip it straight out. I wonder what they're tipping out of the window. Can I get intelligence tests from you guys? Hang on.
Just those are passed.
Yes, from all three of you. From the 3 that have passed. I want intelligence tests. Nullen didn't have chamber pots getting chucked out onto the... I know 2 elves who have probably never seen people chuck their own waste out of the window.
I think we can tell by the smell.
Nah, I can't. I
No,
failed. I
that's
just know it smells very bad, like no.
Well,
Let's say I
hang on,
deserve whatever comes.
As you're looking down and you're thinking for a moment, there's something solid in that one. Oh no, you kind of look round at each other, look up as windows start opening above you, and you see arms reaching out with iron pots. So, can I get agility tests with -20 for the hazardous terrain, because there are stepping stones all over the pavement? You three in particular, you three are only doing it at a flat roll. So can I get a flat agility from Black?
Can I cast a spell?
You probably do have enough time to cast.
Can I get a bonus because I passed my perception?
I think that's why we're doing it.
No,
you're
that's
rolling
why
flat
you've
because
seen.
you passed.
Yeah, you guys have seen. So
Well, Time to go to a bath afterwards.
So yeah, for you guys, flat. So for the guys who have
Seriously?
the guys who failed their perception tests, you're walking along. You see, a couple of your group are like, "Oh fuck, what?" They're looking at something. You're chatting. And then you just see them look up, and you're like, "What? What are they looking at?" And well, none of them shouted out "shit from above," so none of you know what's happening as Casper gets hit by a chamber pot, by the contents of a chamber pot.
I wouldn't say someone just fucked a chamber pot out the window instead of just the contents.
How do you do damage on protection from rain?
No,
it's the quirk of the dice roller.
So,
what was the penalty for not succeeding?
No, for not succeeding, that was the chance roll. You succeeded your chance roll with a 2. So you don't have to. You guys don't get a roll to avoid it. It's a missile attack. Remember?
Okay, got it.
So the one who rolled in that group is
I kind
Casper.
of want to cast Wind Blast. That's a terrible idea.
However, there was another chance dice hit. Unfortunately, as our two dwarves kind of scrabble between each other to try and get out of the way of the piss and possibly shit that's coming down from above, one of them just steps on a stepping stone and pushed themselves forwards, just trying to get out of the way, as they didn't notice that a chamber pot had already been emptied, and they just dive through it. Black hand.
I felt dark.
Brilliant.
Yeah, sorry, it was 80 and above, and you got 88.
You probably smashed something in contact with the Ragnar as I slipped.
So can the two of you that got hit, I'd like a 1d10, a 9 and a 10. There was something other than piss in it.
Oh no.
So wait, just to clarify, did I get hit?
No. No, it was for the chance dice. It was 80 and above. So 2 of you could have got hit. Black Hand had the chance to get out of the way, but his little dwarven legs just failed him. But fortunately, they both get a golden shower rather than a black eye. It's a brown eye, rather.
I immediately go back to the ship to rinse myself.
Sure.
I probably don't see Black Hand return for the rest of the day.
You can indeed.
You just turn around and go, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Do I know?
Like, fuck this piss, but
no, Ira's just gonna look. She's gonna reach into her backpack, take out a bottle rocket, and say, "Do you require this?"
Oh no!
I'm Casper just kind of like his arm as he rests himself, he rests his shoulders back. He's just. Did any of you see which house that came from?
Just also to clarify, Livia, as the golden shower has landed on Casper, spraying off, it just bounces off your spell. It's just down to the as if hitting glass. Just.
Livia grins a little bit, just because she was aware.
You would also see other people get hit. This isn't just you can see other people who are getting hit all along the road. Why do they wear big hats? Why do they wear big hats?
So, what the fuck is wrong with this village? Why do they keep throwing shit at each other?
You hear some shout from far back. They're humans. It's a thing.
Did anyone see which
this
house this came
I will
from?
have you know, this is literally the province capital.
It's a shithole, literally.
You don't need plumbing.
Well, that's not the capital, is it?
Hello?
Discord's dead. Discord's dead, Albie. We can't hear anything.
Discord.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello? Am I back?
There we go.
Maybe.
Discord's been dying, Albie. Not just you.
There we
All
go.
of us.
I think I'm back now.
Hello, back.
This is this for at least for Carla and Asper would maybe be a little bit aware of this. A lot of human towns that don't have plumbing are like this.
Yeah.
As for which house it came from, give me a. So for Ragnar, Livia, and Blackhand, you probably would have seen what house it came from. If you stopped
Nice.
immediately, Casper, if you stopped like straight as soon as it hit you, you'd have like a 50-50 of figuring it out.
Okay, so
Could I
put the
tell
coin.
Casper when I go before I leave?
Yeah?
I tell Casper. Came from that house, if you insist. I'm going to the boat. Get myself cleaned up, and we'll stay on the boat. I'm having enough of this ale. No, have fun selling.
Okay. I'll take a look at the house and look it up and down. I'll walk up to the door and knock.
Sure. You hear a load of kids just screaming and shouting coming from inside. Then there's just this hurried footsteps and an elderly, middle-aged woman. Yes, coming. 1 moment. Hang on. Dum 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 dum. Down the stairs onto another. Dum 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 dum. Down another set of stairs, and she opens the door, kind of. Yes. Can I help?
Good day, miss. You don't know me, I do not know you. But I request in the future, please watch your aim. I do not wish to be covered in shit while I walk through the streets. Or piss.
Oh, apologies. My wrists are weak. What a heavy load, kids.
And have your children do it.
Too little to lift the. Apologies, sir. Didn't mean any offence by it. I would watch out. There may be more from the skies. She's a little bit intimidated, kind of a homely-looking woman, like she's had a rough life. Probably
I don't say anything else.
a
I just
decent number of kids. Like,
I don't say anything else. I just stare at her for a moment before nodding my head and say, "Good day," and walk off.
Oh, probably.
just closes the door.
Gorilla's gonna silently approach Casper. Would you like a bottle rocket?
No, not right now.
Honestly, I thought you'd kill her.
Come on, people. Minimal faith in our resident totally not vampire.
I'll let me see, what have I got on it?
Isn't it more a demon?
It's my outer clothing that's covered, isn't it? It's just like
Yes.
my fucking cloak, basically.
Yes, your cloak and any hat you would have been wearing.
So just my cloak and hood. Okay. So it's dark as fuck outside, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Dark
murky
and
old day.
overshadowed.
Yeah.
I'll take off the cloak and hood and throw it over my arm.
Sure, you can do that. You'd notice, like, if you carry on, unlike going back like Blackhand, once you get a bit further in, it does seem as if people have put buckets of clean water out, and you can see some individuals who are, before going into shops, like, dropping some water down on a foot scrub, or the fancier shops you'll see an urchin, a street kid, who sat there taking coppers just to pour water on a shoe scrubber, so you can just get the worst if you did, step on a turd, get it off there.
That's fair. Yeah. If we pass one of those, I will take a moment to reach down and wash off as much as I can from the my cloak. If I get the majority off, all's well and good, I'll throw it back on. But
Sure. You'll probably see that an urchin tries to run over to you. A grubby little child. 4p, sir. 4p, and I'll clean the piss and shit off. All right, sir. Don't dirty your own hands for it.
very well. And I throw the cloak at him. I throw the cloak to him, not at him. Jesus. I'll toss the cloak to him, and you'll be paid when you're finished.
Very good, sir. Very good. He takes out a brush from a pocket and dips it in the water and gets to work. Takes about probably takes about 5-10 minutes for him to go from the top of the cloak all the way to the bottom. You can see that he's wiping it downwards. So every time he lifts his little brush up, he's bringing it up. So he's not, rubbing the piss back up and then going down. So he seems to be a professional at piss scrubbing.
Okay.
And yes, he returns you your cloak, piss free.
And I just look it over and very good. Throw it back on and reach into my pocket and hand him. I'll give him 8 pennies. I have plenty of pennies at the moment, so.
Oh, thank you, sir. That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you, sir. Any time, any of us urchins, we're hard workers, sir.
Give him a nod and be on my way.
So
I check my pockets.
he wasn't. You didn't get mobbed by. If you get mobbed by urchins, check your pockets. He was stood away. Aurelia, control yourself. Control yourself. There are children. There are children on the streets.
As soon as you said if you get mobbed by children, my fingers tingled.
Where's the ball?
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Fingers on the triggers.
No, you can.
I swear.
We're in hostile
okay.
territory. There's children all over the place.
Your is okay. Don't worry. He's fine.
So yes, you can carry on with your shopping, with things that you'd like to sell. The event for Vertpad has ended. You can make your way to. You can make your way to an armorer or a weaponsmith if you'd like to sell off your goods.
We would do so with hopefully Casper in tow.
Yes.
And maybe Olivia, because I think she wants to buy some herbs. Using our
Yeah,
silver
I'll take her
tongued
along.
friend.
I didn't get any hundreds there. Holy shit! Thank fuck I did that because the next 2 rolls were 70 and 80. Can't say the rest of it though. So.
Okay, so for the weapons, you can either sell them at half price, or we go from half price up with or down with haggling.
Yeah, which one do you want me to do first, just so I can get this first roll out of the way? It's probably gonna be shit.
I want you to try haggling for the first of the 2 best crafted swords we have.
Okay.
We have 2 swords and 8 knives to sell, so.
Do I not do a knife first then? Just to
Go
get
big
those
or
two
go
outside?
home. And
Okay, I'll take one of the swords and present it forward with a charming smile, and hopefully, I think I beat him in degrees.
Yes, you certainly did. So he got 3 degrees, whereas you got 7. So you've got 4 degrees on him. He will pay 40% more for your sword. So he is paying overall 90% for the sword. So not 10% off of it.
Oh.
I believe for a best quality sword.
90 gold. It's 100 gold for a best quality sword, so it's 90 for 90%. I'm just going to add that to the barges amount the moment.
And the next one, get the sword, I suppose.
The other sword, go on.
Okay. Ooh, over.
I'm giving you my lucky charm.
I think we tied.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we tied. So I believe that goes to him.
For
He's
mercantile, it's because there's no difference to add on, so it stays at half. He'll pay you half. What's the so the standard selling price?
If Waldo's giving me a lucky charm, I'll use his. Why not?
Sure.
Cover it. Don't mind.
Swear to God, if you.
No, I did worse. Well,
You actually
technically the
didn't.
same.
You
Technically the same, but I did.
So yeah, he'll pay you half the standard price for it, so 50 gold.
Do you break my lucky charm?
No.
No.
Oh. I don't know why I rolled, because it didn't come through. You had rolled. Sorry. Just sell the daggers at whichever you think they're worth.
Can we sell the daggers in bulk? So I don't want to do like 8
Yeah,
fucking haggle
exactly.
rolls.
So that's what I was thinking. Like, do them at half price just for bulk. So that'd be 5 times 8, which is 40.
Yep. No, you can do that.
Can we the haggle or just no?
Just it's up to you and this. Whether you would rather just do a bulk haggle.
Yeah,
Would that be alright, or?
Yeah, we can do a bulk haggle. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yep.
So
Okay.
he will roll.
Ooh.
Bloody hell! I mean, this NPC is doing really, really fucking well. Like,
It really is.
I expected him to get like 1 or 2 degrees just to knock it off Casper's like high rolls, but yeah, he's doing really well. So, but you still like spanked him there. So he had 4 degrees of success, whereas you've got 7.
7.
So you get an extra 30% added on. So that takes you up to 70? No, 80. 80%.
Well, 40 for all of them. So
It's 80%, so it'd be 8 times 8.
8
Gold.
46? No.
64.
Fuck me.
yeah.
64.
64.
I didn't take math to do math later on in life. So I have a calculator.
I got
also-
stuck in a dumbass class for math.
I would
I
also
used to
like
be
to
good
see
at
if he's got a couple of ingots of just some bronze, or heck, even some good quality metal ingots I can purchase from him.
I believe iron is. I think Albie put it up earlier.
It's
in
like
the
25
chat, it's
silver.
25 silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Base
it-
price. It
But
doesn't.
it says
it doesn't give.
it
doesn't
does.
give you how it increases.
It's the
it
same
says
as
it's up
usual.
to GM. No, it's up to GM based on
Yeah.
like for different metals and stuff.
Yeah, so for different metals, I would do it for the highest price for the lowest quality of the next run. So if it's 25 silver for the best iron, then it'd be 25 silver for the worst bronze. They'll probably go iron, bronze. Would you do steel? Yeah, you probably would do steel.
Steel.
Silver, gold, that weird elven one, and then the weird Gromwell one, which you would never get.
You'd never
What
see
would
an
you
ingot of Gromrel.
It's not copper.
No,
No, it's
or
not.
silver, to be honest.
But you don't need copper. There are certain ones that it's just like, yeah, we'll just mold that into that one, but we'll keep bronze because you need that for ship stuff. If we ever do a ship.
Yes, you do.
You also need to forge currency.
I will buy a few ingots. We can figure out the price later because that will take maths that my
Yeah.
brain can't do off the top of my head.
Yeah, not a problem.
I'll buy a couple of them as well. That should be my purchasing done.
Haggle!
So
No.
if you want to haggle for for the herbs, you can. Otherwise, it's a gossip test to see how many they have.
Well, I'm just looking for herbs for poultices, so they are pretty damn cheap.
Yes, no, they will be very cheap. It's just to see how many they have in stock. Because otherwise you could be like, okay, I'm going to buy 1,000 of them. It is just to see how many they've got. So for every degree of success, you'll get 3 lots.
I will gossip.
Sure.
2. No, 1.
We get 3 for every 1 degree, so you get 3.
Okay, I find 3 of them.
You can
Also,
roll.
target-
You can roll as well if you want. Well, hang on a minute. You rolled flat. It's quite easy to find, so I'll give you a plus 10 to the gossip test. So you get 6 in total.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that.
Okay. Herbs have been taken, or not taken.
Acquired. We have acquired the drugs.
While they're doing that, I would like to try and acquire some information regarding the current state of my homeland.
Okay, you can do that.
Secret. I assume that's gonna be just a plaid gossip.
With the location, I'd probably give you a plus 20 to test. Because it's local gossip.
I would essentially go about. I heard that there was an attack on Siegfriedhof. Some sort of necromancer marched on town, but I don't. They defend. Is the town okay, or? That would essentially be my line of questioning.
Sure, we can go along with that. I need my. Okay, so. Oh, have you rolled?
Yeah. Let me guess, it didn't show.
Nope.
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 Bloody hell. What is going on?
Just the roll 20 just doesn't like you. Just like that, I've had enough of this shit.
Weirdly, only in the fantasy game, too.
Yeah.
Did it switch to... No, make all roles public.
I mean, I should see it. That's the thing.
I mean, thing is, you did see the previous ones I rolled.
Yeah. So what was your target and what did you roll?
Target 81, roll results 28.
Okay. So you find someone who seems to have a bit more accurate knowledge than what the general riffraff have. And
did his name perchance is Boris and he has a peg leg?
No. Sadly, Boris has moved on from this place quite a while ago, actually. But you find someone who maybe he spoke to this magical Boris, but he would tell you that the Siegfriedhof still stands. Her walls were not penetrated by the necromantic scum. An army did march upon it, controlled by a number of necromancers, but they fear vampires. The witch hunters have not determined exactly which one it is, according to this person. The holy site of Mor, which there's a temple of Mor. Ooh, hang on, no, soon Raccoon use a ruler. There's a temple of Mor going somewhere down here. a little bit more. That got destroyed. That got razed. But
Was that really so far away from town? Damn. I did not. That I only realized that now. Just how far
Yeah,
that place was.
it's. Oh, hang on. No. It'd be further. So yes, it's somewhere along there.
Jeez. And that's a.
I feel like there were strategic mistakes when they built it.
Well, it's medieval, you know. So the there's it's a small temple of Mor. The grave site.
It isn't a big one.
No. It's not like a cathedral. It's not like Nullen. This is just a small.
Yeah, it's not like a high temple. It's like a local one.
Yeah, to bury the farmers and minor nobles in the countryside, to stop them from being raised by necromancers, which happened anyway. So that temple was raised. The brave captain of the Raven Guard Knights, Brand Caligo, stood fast with the Raven Knights and the town's militia, along with the mage Belisarius.
I don't think you ever gave him a last name.
No, he has got a surname. It's Belisarius Bothel.
The whack.
No, it's Bothel Star. Bothel Star. Bothel Star. It's been a while since I looked at his page. He does have a. It's not Cole. He stood in the defense as well and used his arcane arts to hold back the undead. But then he'd say that two war bands came to the aid of Siegfried Hoff. One which is well known about in these lands, the Bloody Rain, led by their warband leader. I believe his name's actually Guts.
I think it was.
I think his name is actually Guts.
Settle.
Well, he looks exactly like him, just more of an asshole. So
I mean, Guts is a very big asshole, so
yeah, this guy's just Guts has become quieter and not as social. This guy's a social asshole and exactly like Guts. So
fair enough.
And his second in command, the ever beautiful and dangerous Remy, along with an unknown warband, a warband that has some renown but doesn't actually have a name. So the people have just gone round calling them the unknown or the nameless warband. But apparently the Bloody Rain and this nameless warband turned up in the at the height of the battle, just before the battle had started, as the undead were moving in on the defenders. Somehow they had brought a cannon, and they're like, oh, the person's like, I don't know,
cannon.
I don't know where they got it from, but they just turned up with a cannon, and somehow they managed to fire it. And
I mean, the dwarves pulled it out of their pockets. Everybody knows dwarves have like pocket cannons.
And somehow
I probably couldn't on a fight a blunderbuss to fire a solid shot.
This surprise attack, just ripped through the army of the undead, and then the second shot decimated some of the necromancers, and the army just fell to pieces as the defenders of Siegfried Hoff took that time to charge in and destroy the necromancers themselves.
And then we spent like a week and had like a week-long libation.
Yeah, this person would tell you that the celebrations called in people from all round, that they drunk the area dry by the end of it. And Bertbad made a pretty penny in sending wine down the River Reich.
was a good day.
This person basically says that it's a proud day for Siegfried Hoff to stand, and for the warband of the Bloody Rain, who have done so much in Stirling, the regiment of renowned, almost, well, warband of renown. But they do tell you that there were
clearly
casualties.
doesn't have an outstanding bounty in different counties.
Of course not. There were casualties with the militia, with the first few clashes with the not the first few clashes, the first few shots fired, spells slung by the necromancers apparently did cause some damage in the militia lines. The knight's been too strong for any of that finger wiggling shit.
Arrows, is this some sort of a joke I am too rich to understand?
But the Temple of the Priests of Moor, the priesthood itself has vowed to rebuild their small temple, and to do their best to put the dead that had been brought back to life to rest, and to seal them away.
Okay.
That is all the current news about Siegfried Hoff.
I'll take it. I'll certainly take it.
So, a few hours pass as gossip has been gathered, items nabbed. This has fallen from the sky. You guys decide to leave this lovely, lovely little town, and make your way back to the ship. The only one of you who would have noticed this beforehand would have been Blackhand. It seems as if Humperdinck has loaded up on a decent amount of wine. Apparently he too has heard that Siegfried Hoff went through a bit of a drinking spell at one point, and he's hoping to be the, rally that spirit again.
Is it bad that I somehow imagine Humperdinck hiring someone to attack a town just so he can sell some wine afterwards to the ones being attacked?
I've heard there are goblins around here.
Don't give him ideas.
So,
I mean, it wouldn't be unheard of for a noble to pay bandits to attack somewhere, just so they can chase them off.
So, the ship is loaded up, its crew back aboard, and as are our... Ooh, what have I just opened? How have I opened that twice? That's odd.
Yep.
Okay. Our crew are back aboard as our team sets off, leaving the lovely but smelly town of Vertbad. Mind them, elves, you no longer have your negatives once you get out of the lovely but smelly place. So, we set sail once again on our... I should have made the ship travel further, but we needed time to pass so things could get done. Roll 20. Cease this nonsense. That's not right for them. So, I now need to count them up. 1, 2, 3. 8 days pass.
Ooh.
So, before I get this, so wow, the time and date sheet has got massive all of a sudden with all the things you guys have done. So 8 days have passed, so that puts us onto that date. So, how much have you made for Humperdinck at the moment? Like 100, 200?
Was almost 200.
Okay. Cool.
Because we went from nearly 200.
Cool. Okay. So another 8 days will pass. You can do your rolls for smithing, but for one of our party, 4 days in the night, yet again, it always seems to be the night, but this time it's someone else. This time, as one of you dreams, you have such a weird yet wonderful dream. You see yourself as this mighty ancient tree that sits in a vast forest, that from the highest peak of your tallest branch, you can see that it stretches for kilometers, miles. You cannot see the end of your forest, and you know inside of you that the ley lines are strong. You're being fed. The magical energy here is strong. You can feel other great forest spirits and ancestor oaks stretch. They're dotted everywhere. And you can communicate with them, and you have a sense that everything is fine. Until you get a great sense of evil, of a hideous thing that has birthed itself into your world, and as we speak is ripping and tearing its way through. You feel loved ones connected through unknown miles of network of route disappear, gone. Ancient trees that you've had long, countless talks with, dead. And this is all you know. All you know is death, the destruction of your kind. The death and destruction and the burning and the chopping and the axes and the little ones that come and rip and tear and bite. And you feel the spirits, the woods themselves want to turn. The bile growing, the anger. But you are a wise old tree, filled with magic, nurtured off of the ley lines that covered this land. And you know better than to let foolish anger cloud your mind. And you control the spirits around you, and you keep things in order. The wraiths do their job. The Ents do not march. If the forests must burn, then they will burn, but here will be your sanctum. Here will be the last place, if it must be. The wisdom of ages seems to fill your very mind, Livia. As you can sense the spirits that are nourished off of your guidance, of the fact that you tell them, no, we are better, we are greater, but time pushes on. And what may feel like to you as just a few mere seasons is a millennia, mortals. And all too long, your tendrils, your lifelines, the forests, a long dead memory. You are weak. Now the light was cut, the The light was directed somewhere else, and now you can't control, can't protect anymore. You feel your bark rotting. Every year less buds bloom. But you take comfort in the protection of another ancient who serves you and has done all this time. You feel your old friend, his embrace, keeping you safe. As your senses are dark now, you can't even feel the wraiths that used to tend the spiritual forest. You can't feel the Ents anymore. The only one you can feel is your friend who hugs your bark tightly. Protect the one, the last true treasure that you hold most dear. But for you to abandon them now would mean their demise. The end of your line. And then through the darkness, the haze, you feel your old friend tighten as you feel pain grip across your side. You don't know what this is. You don't know what pain, what is going that you can no longer see. There's one last, almost a rumble that travels through your bark, a vibration, the last, maybe the last feeling, vibration, a roar. You know this. You've heard, felt this before. This, your old friend is roaring. He's in pain. Livia, as you feel yourself in darkness, for a moment, a thought, I'm not a tree. It wakes you. It's such an absurd thought. What? But that was... You're not sure if you can adequately explain the... But you know, at least there are some in the elves who have visions, but you've never had a vision, or you've never lived a life as a tree. But then there was that message from your master.
I'm not entirely sure what to do with that.
You get the feeling, very, very least, that an ancient tree, much like grow in the forests of Lothlorien, connected to the ley lines, the other word for it, the root system, what do the elves travel on, which is dumb as fuck? What do they travel on Total War
World
Warhammer?
route.
It's the world routes, isn't it? Yeah, they're also the ley lines. So you would know of ancient trees being alive for so long, having absorbed so much magic that they gain a kind of sentience with the rest of the forests around them. This is something that your people manage in the forest. It's been your job for longer than you can remember.
So I got a vision of the Oak of Ages.
Not the Oak of Ages exactly. An ancient oak, yes, definitely. As not the Oak of Ages because it was cut off from the world roots. So across the old world, it used to be one massive forest, ancient, exactly like Lothlorien. But then with the Storm of Chaos, with the War of the Beards, and then with the humans, all of that just kept getting chopped away, and until with chaos more so, corrupting the guardians of the forest, the Ents, the Wraiths. The forest just ended up shrinking until the last real magical, friendly, magical, peaceful, magical forest left is pretty much Lothlorien.
There's also Laurelon Forest.
From what I've heard, Lothlorien is anything but peaceful.
Is it Laurelorn? Wait.
No. There's
Lauren?
Athelloren and Laurelon Forest. There's another one. Laurelorn.
Isn't that just a wood elf conclave though?
Technically, no, because it's big enough to be an actual, domain.
I'm not actually sure where that forest is, to be entirely honest with you. I know there's a wood elf conclave, like a outpost.
It's a big ass place.
Oh, isn't that the one up in Middenheim? I want to say.
It's up north.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
Could be the one in Middenheim.
I didn't think that was the same as Lothlorien with its magical.
No, don't get me wrong. Athelloren is still the big holy city, the holy forest of the wood elves, but there's also the smaller one.
Nobody really cares about it but the Wood Elves, so
Hey,
Fair enough. It wasn't
you
magical
should
enough.
care.
I think the dwarves care about it for
I'll have to look
I
on
mean,
the
no, Jim,
world
don't get
lines.
me wrong. I do care. It's an excellent source of high quality timber.
Exactly.
I think I should take your kids and hike them to trees just so you guys know not to come near.
Checkmate. I have no kids.
She
Oh.
is the kid.
I came
remember.
prepared.
She is the kid, yes.
Motherfucker.
You will do. Sorry, back to the game.
You see, I'm too old for bottle rockets. This trick won't work on me. You illiterate elven savage.
So whilst you've Livia, whilst you've just woken up, the vision's still strong in your mind. Give me a magical sense test to see if you can grab hold of any leads.
Oh no.
So 3 degrees of success. You close your eyes and focus your mind, and as you open your eyes, it's such a faint, yet feels so strong and natural, and you're not sure exactly where it came from, but you know it was east. You know it was east. And not that far.
So probably somewhere in the forest.
That would be a pretty good guess.
It tells me it's close to the marshlands. Right on the river Stir.
I'll head to the deck and take care of the horse and wait until Aurelia wakes up and tell her about the vision.
Sure, you can do that.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Sorry.
It's perfect.
Was good timing.
It really was. Like quality 10 out of 10. Could not write this up better.
If you do tell everything to Aurelia, she'll just stop and listen. She'll take a deep breath. I'll look at you and I'll just say, Olivia, this is far above what I'm capable of. You really, really need to meet my sister. She's the prodigy of the family, not me. Even though I am capable of magic, that's not my thing. And that just seems like the unfortunate march of progress that humans, dwarves, and all other filthy races take. Come into our forests and they cut them down, burn them. It's one of the reasons why we must always be watchful. One of the reasons why anyone who dares step a foot into Athelloren doesn't come out unless we want to.
Still, it felt like it came out of that forest. So maybe we should go and explore. We could wait until we meet your sister, if you know where she is.
I wish I did know where she was, Livia. I haven't heard from her in years, I think. All I know is she left on a pilgrimage, had a vision, much like you. And she left. Viri, our sister, hasn't really told me much about what she saw. But I do believe Viri knows. Now, you know where your vision leads us, then yes, we should definitely go there. If we do find something that is above our, far too above us, then I do suggest we go meet my little sister. We just have to find her first, don't we?
Yeah, I guess we do. Well, let's see what the others say.
I don't particularly think you should tell this to the others in detail like you told me. Don't get me wrong, I trust them.
Well, probably not everything about the vision, just that I felt something coming out of the forest that we might want to explore.
Might be good enough. Hell, a dwarf saved my life multiple times now, but I don't think I would tell him about our race's business in the same way. But yes, we should tell them that you felt something. and we should probably go and investigate it.
So I'd head over to Humperdinck, maybe ask him if he intends to stop by any of the nearby towns.
Ah, well, I hadn't exactly planned on it. I was rather hoping to get my first look at the ruins of Mordheim and to see Siegfriedhof. But if we need to make a stop, we can, I suppose. But what's it for?
Well, call it a hunt. There's something in that forest that calls out to me. I think we should go and explore it.
Ah, well, I
Okay, then.
suppose you've all done me quite proudly. But some, well, yeah, okay. We've got room in the hull. I don't see why we can't see what we can find in there. I'll send a few of the laborers with you to carry back any things that may be of interest. I suppose Meerborg has a dock. We could dock there, and you could make your way in.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. I'll talk to the others in the group to see if they tag along.
By all means, probably best for the warband to go in there. Although we've been lucky so far, there are orcs and bandits and things. Although, saying that is probably your natural habitat, isn't it?
It will be a lot more pleasant than Nuln, yes.
Where we differ, by all means, I won't go in there. Firearms aren't exactly a great choice for enclosed woodland spaces, so, no. By all means, anyone who you want to take with you, take with you. I would at least ask that a couple of laborers go with you. They can bring back anything that should be brought back. But no, we can. You've done me well enough that I could give you a few days' leave if you needed it.
Okay, then.
Oh no, I'm not there. I'm not going to check. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, Livia would go and talk to the others to see if they tag along. I mean, this is something kind of personal to her, so she isn't sure if the others would tag along.
You want to go venture into the forest? What exactly for?
That's just something that is calling out to me. And I'm not entirely sure what we might find myself.
I'll be honest. The last time we did that, I ended up the way I am now. So, sure. Just I hope you're more careful than I am. Besides, last time we felt this, one of us felt this hole in our pull. We discovered those elven trinkets we were looking for. So, well, I say trinket. The one's a massive fucking sword, and the other's a bunch of arrows. So,
I do hope we might find something like that. Maybe.
Sure, quite possible.
Oh, you've had my back enough times. It's about time I have yours.
I'm going to say that the rest of them probably are they're just shy about it. Perhaps Carlo hasn't been on an adventure since that incident with the Beastman, so
To be honest, Kala can't really say anything. She has to respect her elders, after all.
true.
Excuse me?
Someone has to watch over her.
What is this
Awesome.
talk of elders? Are you
I mean,
talking
Even before
behind
you
my
took
back?
the potion, all of us were older than you.
Yeah. Like, even the other humans were older than you.
Yes.
Well, it's not my fault that magic is the source of great many problems and great many solutions.
Oh, Carlo.
Bloody magic.
Ah, yes, Mr. I write things on weapons, and all of a sudden,
Totally
And make
not.
weird noises in the fort.
what was that screaming? Was that a dying cat or something about the other night?
Wait, I thought that was, just a random cat. Why were you?
Well, it wasn't the two next to me or next door to my room at least. So I can tell you that
No,
much.
it was a special screaming toad, if you must know.
Can I see this screaming toad?
I have several questions.
I just show you my helmet and go, it's what's left of it.
Very well. Regardless, shall we venture into this woods? Well, shall we wait till dark first?
Yes, let's go into
yes.
dank, dark woods, and let's hope we won't emerge with two Caspers. No offense.
I want a second Casper so I can test things with him.
What exactly are you looking to test, may I ask, by the way? You've said this twice now.
Well, my beautiful arm guards seem to do quite the number on that vampiric bitch back at the tavern, so...
Carla's totally gonna make a little gesture suggestion.
Carl, you're too young for that.
Kala, my God,
Too young for that kind of
be
speak.
respectful of your elders. You're not old enough to know those things.
Yeah, well, and you're not smart enough to read, so
Again, you should respect your elders. Otherwise, they may bitch slap you.
Regardless, Ragnar, what exactly do you want to do? Just smack me with a gauntlet? See if it hurts?
Pretty much. I've noticed that since you were afflicted, you've become rather more resilient.
I mean, it is a heavy gauntlet. It will probably hurt.
Right. So, if that is the case, I do believe proper experimentation is we need a control. Carla, would you like to get hit first?
How about no?
I kid. We both know what a gauntlet would do to someone if you touched it. So,
You know,
why not?
it's
How far away from the woods?
Casper. It's
About
not
a day.
nice to beat children around. They are
Alright.
children. Have some respect.
Then a light laugh at that, and we've got a day before we reach the woods, but I'm sure any wounds will heal by then if there is any. It did seem to affect those other things, so go ahead.
Do you want me to roll to hit, or or just do damage?
Just do damage because you can essentially auto hit.
Please don't
Roll
be
to
an
hit to
Auric
see
Fury.
where.
Please don't be an Auric Fury. There you go. I'll roll a hit to see where. To be fair.
In the face. You had an easy chance of doing it. Straight to the jaw. Smack.
Yes, just punch me right in the fucking gob. That's actually about a leg shot, isn't it?
That's a leg
Just
shot,
fucking-
yeah, because you don't reverse it in this, do you?
Hey, man, just take the shot to the face. Don't take the shot to the jaws.
I don't want
Wait,
to take the shot to the
wait,
face. I
if
use
it-
my
if it-
face more than fucking.
No, he hit you in the torso. I was gonna say he hit
No,
you
left
right near
leg.
chaos mark.
You don't
But no.
reverse it on this, do you?
No, I don't think
Even
so.
if you did
no.
reverse it, it'd still be leg.
Yeah, it's left leg. So
I mean,
I
it's
just hit you
close enough
right
to
in
a
the
crit
thigh.
fail. Could it be his fault?
True.
Jesus Christ.
Straight in the nuts.
And,
bang.
you know, given the dwarf's size,
hey,
Yeah.
I'm not that much shorter than him.
You're a dwarf. You are shorter than him.
So, Casper, as the strike hits you, it hurts a lot. You can remove your toughness and armor, but the rest goes through.
Okay, I am not wearing armor, so.
Fucking ouch.
Toughness.
Just one
subtract
hit
that
kill.
to-
Well, I'm glad.
no,
I'm
I'm a-
glad you have like 20 plus wounds.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say. you
Kill
boy.
karma.
I'm down to 12 wounds.
Motherfucker, you've got 26 wounds.
What?
No,
No.
you-
Subtract
He has-
6 from that.
He just has a lot of.
I have 20
toughness.
wounds and I have 6 toughness.
Yeah.
Or 60 toughness.
Jeez.
Wait, so 14. Yeah.
So you just stand up with like
Um,
the biggest dead leg ever. Just like, oh fuck.
Is that a vampire thing?
What, 60 toughness? No, I have 60 toughness.
The wounds.
I mean,
You
part
have
of it's because of my
60
vampire.
toughness as a mage.
He's a vampire.
He's a vampire.
Yeah,
Vampires do get buffs.
I got a free plus 10 to my toughness. So,
That means you still had 50 toughness as a.
yeah, I have like 50. I have, 50 toughness exactly, actually. I started with 30. A 5 from a talent. 50 or 10 via career. And then 15 via vampirism.
Jesus, that's a lot.
That's nice. That's a tasty amount. So,
Oh,
I mean, if I were to turn, I'd get the same bonus. So,
Depending on which school you go to, which vampiric line you go to. But yeah, I think it
I know
depends
the
on
first one is always brawl, which is.
Oh
just
yes,
flat.
yeah, no. I'm sorry, I thought you meant from the curse.
Okay. I wheeze a little. And, okay, my turn.
bring it.
And then,
wait,
and then he engages the fist of corn.
before you do, you're
Part of
not
me is like-
faking that. That actually did hurt, right?
Yeah, that actually did.
Maybe it's. I
I
don't know
think that's
much
the
about
first time I've had a
vampires,
dead
but-
leg in quite a while.
Who wants
Isn't
to
it like
fuck,
having a
who
dead
wants
leg?
to fuck the dwarf over by going, Casper, can I use a magical weapon on you? Casper, can I use a mundane weapon on you? Oh, the mundane weapon didn't do anything. Look at dwarf. Stare at dwarf.
See, we know he already knows mundane weapons don't do shit against vampires. He now thinks that runes or Grumrill do things against vampires.
Bollocks.
He's not sure
Aw.
which yet. He's got a headbutt of
I mean,
vampire
I
next.
don't
but-
know that you. Oh no, you're talking about Ragnar. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say Casper's kind of in the same boat, but he doesn't know that you actually put runes on it. So.
Well, it
figuring
already
it's
had
from
rune
you.
on it. So, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
so it did. Never mind. Oh, I didn't
Actually,
really
can
mention
I-
it.
As they're slapping each other over the head, can I do something?
Are you going to cast a magic at the boy? Don't do that.
Depends on what you
I-
want to do.
I wanted, but that's a pretty high cast for me. I wanted to cast Omen and see if it's a good time to go into the forest tomorrow.
Oh, okay. No, you can do that.
So I'm gonna actually wait. No, cancel that. Channel first.
Right, Ragnar is ready to be punched, by the way.
I'm not
Tell me
punching
if
you.
you see this roll this.
I saw that.
Yeah, we saw that. It was a
Hey.
success. You've got a target corn for that. That's worrying.
That's not a good thing. If you get that, you're gonna fucking pop.
I'm gonna use 2 magic.
Imagine if you got
So,
77 though, because corn really doesn't like Nurgle.
I don't know if that came through.
No.
Tell me, Casper, since everybody's punching you, should I also slap you with my sword?
This I'm putting the result in
No.
the chat.
I'm already recovering from a wound. I'd rather not take another one, especially from a bleeded weapon.
I mean, I'd have 2 whips I could try.
Kinky, but not right now. Fuck me later.
So, did you roll doubles?
Fine.
No, there is no doubles. There's a 10 and a.
Do you want to read out the
Yes. You can divine the future in a limited way by reading the stars. When you cast Omen, you can attempt to discover if the timing is favorable or unfavorable for an action you specify. So the action would be us going into the forest. The GM should secretly roll an intelligence test for you. If it's a success, the result of the omen, favorable or otherwise, is true. If it's a failure, the result of the omen is false, but you think it is true. This is why the GM rolls instead of you. In either case, the GM should also secretly roll 2d10. This is the number of hours for which the omen holds true. Beyond that time, the results are too difficult to calculate. The GM must determine to the best of his knowledge the true answer when adjudicating this spell.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I gave you a bit of work.
No, that's fine. Do I make up the omen, or is that written down? Like, does it say if it's a successful
so
omen or an
The
unsuccessful?
GM roll you roll a secret intelligence test.
Yeah.
For using my intelligence.
Yeah.
If you succeed on that roll.
Yeah.
I think you have to decide whether the omen is favorable or not.
Okay.
But if
so
you
it's up to me.
succeed, then the omen is true, and if you fail, the omen is false. But I think it is true.
So, the omen that you think is true would be when dreams lead to nightmares. And you think you've got a day, less than a day, no, half a day maybe, before that omen becomes true.
Okay. So, while you've been punching yourselves, I did some star reading.
No, so we're gonna have to speed the time along a bit. So you waited for that day to end. You waited for the night to come, and essentially, so what you would have done is you would have slept all day to prepare yourself for this, because you've got to read the stars for a long time. It did take you quite a long time to be like, you're almost coming into dock with Marburg when you come to your conclusion. Shit, we've got half a day before something bad happens. Oh no.
So essentially, what I understand from this is the time is favorable for half a day.
Yes.
And then something bad will happen.
Yes.
If we enter, okay. So as we are on the dock, I will explain. So I stayed up all night and did some star reading, like it was described in the grimoire, and we have about half a day to do whatever it is we want to do next.
Or
Well, after that, it's a bit vague. Something about dreams leading to nightmares. Presume something bad is gonna happen after that. The stars aren't exactly very precise.
You sure this isn't more fucking with you again?
No, this is definitely the winds of magic.
Are you sure, though?
Yes.
What's the difference?
The difference is that I can see the wind is blue.
No. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, are you sure what you read is correct? Because that's pretty vague, even for
Yeah,
a former priest.
welcome to star reading. It's not an
Well-
exact science.
If the past events are anything to go by, there's always a risk. Everywhere we go, there seems to always be at least a bit of a risk. Hell, in Wartbad, this was thrown on us.
Look, this
No,
is a
not all
star
of us.
omen. Take it or leave it, but that's the calling of the wind.
Then why?
What
are we
did the
standing here
stars
when we
say
have
about,
idea?
piss getting thrown at us?
I did not ask. Again,
See?
see, the stars are not exactly the best conversationalists. It's a lot of body language, and there's distance. And sometimes a bird will shit on your telescope and you quickly gotta clean it.
So what I'm getting is this kind of magic is even more unreliable than normal magic. Got it.
Well, first of all, magic isn't technically unreliable. I think maybe just Kala is.
I would like to remind you that if this thing is true, and we only have half a day, standing around talking about whether or not Carla is truly tapped into the wind or not will just eat into it.
I would like to remind you that
Sure.
the Eastman impression is very reliable.
I would like to remind you I'm technically standing up for you here, so
Yes,
shall we?
You have
shall
a
we move?
good point. Yeah.
It's fine, we can hurry.
Livia, do you have any idea on which real direction we need to go, or do you just want to leave it to roll the dice?
I'm sure we'll find it.
Very well.
I'll just roll magical sense, I guess.
I suppose I shall too, just to be on the safe side. Where is magical sense? It's been a while since I've rolled magical sense. There we go. Son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, it's the four. I'm gonna magical first as well.
So, it is be nice as Carla does her divination and then runs down to wake everyone up. Probably about 7 a.m. as the ship has been pulled into dock. The deck hands are just kind of coming to. You can quickly assemble a small expedition. So at the moment, the warband is going. The warband is going, and 2 laborers.
I should probably take the horse along as well.
Not a bad idea. A pack animal, or should you need to leave quickly and the stars are true.
So when you guys do your magical sense, so Casper, there's just too much going on in your mind at the moment. But for Livia and Carla, as you magical sense, well, for one, you can tell that a magical spell has been cast a little while ago now, Livia. So it definitely was magic. You just about sense the winds are confused and disturbed on deck. As you reach out, now Carla, you don't actually sense this because it's just too slight. It's too unknown to you with all that's going on.
Elven.
It is too pointy-eared. Livia, you can just about, as you're on deck looking out towards the forest, you just get the faintest sense of where to go, almost like oddly to say, like a divining rod. You get the idea it's in that direction. There's something that was either in my vision or the sense of something from home, something ancient. You think you roughly know, but you're kind of gesturing towards the center of the forest area. As you guys look over the forest, you see there's a small town. Sorry, not a small town. A small village that's been built. They seem to be dealing in mainly lumber. All the front of the forest that leads along the shore edge, well, the river edge, seems to be where they're harvesting from, and just in a bit. So, there is something else that you would notice, Olivia and Carla. I believe this may be the first time that you've seen it. No, I think you might have seen it before. The dark shadow that was only slightly noticeable before on Casper is slightly more noticeable. That slight darkness, that out the corner of your eye flicker of something malevolent. Tiny bit stronger.
Okay.
I've at least seen it before.
I can't remember if Carla's seen it, but I'm pretty sure Carla's been told, yeah, he's cursed.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. We've established that he's cursed.
Multiple times. Like there were jokes. Well, truth be told, I didn't get anything. Like as I said, it's been a while since I've even attempted this peering into the winds again. What about you two? Do you see anything special?
Well,
Well,
you're
apart from you,
yeah, you're a
it's
Oh, that's so
shade
sweet.
darker.
that way.
That's not so sweet. I mean, it must be. What do you mean I'm a shade darker?
Uh, you know, just your aura, I suppose.
You do have something of a shadow on you. Ever since we've been in that ruin in the forest. Now it seems to be just a shade darker than usual.
Hmm. Maybe it's the snuff. It is technically warp dust, right?
Could be.
Maybe it is
I
having an
don't
adverse
think it's
effect.
the stuff. We would have noticed that before, wouldn't we?
Actually,
mean,
if it's warp stone, wouldn't it be more, greenish in hue?
I'm not certain.
You know what? No, later. We're wasting time. Half a day.
Very well. Let's continue. Did you get anything on a direction, by any chance, when you did this?
I feel something that way. She points towards the middle of the forest.
Should we send some lights in first?
Lights?
Actually, out of character. How dark is this? Is this like one of those forests when you entered night already, or?
So as you look in, it looks like it's a managed forest. For the first part, it looks like the humans are definitely foresting the first part of the forest. But as you look in, you can just about see it does get darker.
So, just to confirm, we are going into the Hunschmeierwald.
Yes.
This one.
The Hundsheimerwald. Yes.
Hunschmeierwald.
Quick translation.
Something with a dog.
Oh my god.
A dog home wood, basically.
Ah,
I thought it was going to be so
Okay.
much worse. Okay. The home for
Can't
dogs.
When you bring up the whole thing about the lights, I
you
will
read it.
kind of
We'll laugh.
take a.
I will laugh.
I guess we'll take a moment. Yes, I believe that's primarily an issue for yourself, but you should. It's one of the fundamental petty spells you should learn. All right, hold something out in front of you. Take a.
Oh, I was thinking something more mobile.
Oh no.
The
Hold-
marsh lights trick.
Well, not that. If you hold
The
something in
traveling
front of
stars
you.
of Akamov, but it's semantics.
Mm, let me tell you what, Kala. Why don't you get of the laborers, and you say 15 feet behind us, because you're gonna be the massive target, and if something attacks you, we can go help you, because I think most of us can see in the dark, can't we?
You do realize I'm wearing armor.
Exactly.
I'm
You'll be
maybe not
perfect bait.
made out of armor like Ragnar, but this is a pretty solid mail.
Exactly. You'll be perfect bait. You can even take a punch. And
hate elves.
Ragnar, punch her. Just be sure.
Like, well,
No.
she's less tough than you. I fear I might break her.
You break her in other
my-
ways later. Just punch her now.
First of all, no, she's a kid. That's illegal. Second,
Says you.
Jesus, what? No.
Ragnar, no.
Ragnar doesn't know. But
But also, bringing a light to the forest, you're gonna stand out quite a lot.
Well, that's why I was thinking about the marsh lights.
I'm not even thinking marsh lights. Do glowing lights. That way you hold a stick in your, or even a weapon in your hand, and it produces the light, but it still functions as whatever it is.
Yes, but then it illuminates me.
Then how about this? How heavy are you?
For where this is going.
I'm not carrying her in the crate.
I have said I'm going to carry her on my back.
Oh, that works.
Are you? Oh. I'm sorry, not really in the mood for piggyback right now.
Well, then, would you like to wander the forest blind, or would you like to get in Ragnar's box?
So, real quickly, it's not that dark when you look in. Like, it's a managed. Like, again, you don't know how dark it is when you get into the center. When you get into the center, you don't know how dark it is. But at least from here, and it's about to be daytime, so.
How is putting me in a box going to solve anything?
That way Ragnar can carry you.
Is
You
this
don't have to
one
see
of
in
your
a box.
Weird side effect curse.
Exactly. You don't have to see out of the box.
You can just stay in the middle of us. Couple in front, couple behind. We can all see in the dark. We'll be able to see if you wander off or whoever's in the back. Maybe those of us who are better at range to stay at the back anyway.
I feel I am having a racial disadvantage here.
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
you are.
You are literally
Yes,
the
you are.
one person who can't see in the dark. Yes, you do.
Apart from you and the laborers, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Technically.
mean, technically, the laborers don't count because
Knowing
mean,
them, one
that's
of
so
them
loud.
rolled the fucking night eyes on their random talent.
When you
Oh, right.
not only that, you do have to realize you are the I hate to say this because it's going to sound very bad for you, but you're the only human of the group, and unfortunately, you humans are too weak.
Excuse me?
I mean, Casper is no longer human.
Hey,
Ragnar
he,
is a dwarf.
He is. He's cursed, but he's still human.
Not really, he's undead. Blackhand is a hobbit.
Oh,
And
so
well,
now he's undead, is he?
he's always
yeah.
been undead.
I'm walking into the forest. Fuck this noise.
I walk with him, and it's like technically we're all undead because we're not dead.
You know what I mean,
Okay,
Ragnar?
listen
Jesus
here.
Christ.
I'm just gonna go after
You
Ragnar. Listen
dwarf.
here, you little shit.
I'm gonna look at Livia, since the group is heading off ahead, and say, Livia, I'm gonna scout ahead. If anything happens, I'll shout.
She shakes her head and walks into the forest after them.
Wait, you shake your heads? How many heads do you have?
Shut up.
No, she
Yeah.
shakes the one head she has.
Okay.
Before in her like apothecary's bag, he just carries a bunch of dried heads.
Jesus
I'll
fucking
stay-
Christ.
I'll move about 20 to 30 feet in front of them.
I can always
Just-
tell. I can always tell when the group are enjoying the game so much. But as they go to enter in, the war band going with their standard bearer and the labourers behind.
Oh
They
yeah,
didn't
poor
take.
Maury was gonna suffer with us.
They didn't take any crossbowmen or any of the other mercenaries that were aboard the ship, but all the other labourers, named ones. But that is where we end our episode, as our heroes bypass the small town, the village altogether, and just head straight in. They don't need to ask the stupid humans about what they know. Who
Hey.
cares what they know? They've got 2 wood elves, they'll be fine. It's
Yeah, the forest probably haunted. It's the Empire. All forests are haunted, mostly by the beastmen.
heading
Hey,
off.
if we got an hour, I could ask a tree.
The moon's haunted though.
Jesus fucking
Yes,
Christ.
because the moon is literally haunted.
Well, one of them is anyway.
Heading off on a grand adventure, following dreams, and let's just hope that they don't turn into night. It's
Which
amazing
they
how
most certainly
sometimes
will.
amazing how sometimes rethought. That's what the episode was called. I called it that at the start of the episode. I was like, huh, that'll work for your thingy. So
Yeah, I
hopefully-
suddenly remembered I had that spell.
hopefully that will
I was half tempted to cast Curse on Ragnar when Casper was gonna punch him, but that was a bit too high to reliably pull off.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, man. There's
When do you
some
get
things we
cursed?
just don't do.
Oh my days. Okay, before any more shenanigans happen.
Hey,
Thank-
we turned Carla into a child. She's gonna get in touch with her inner fucking prankster.
We did. I did. Thank you all so much for watching. I certainly hope you have an amazing weekend and look forward to our other tabletop RPGs that we'll be playing next week. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.